All right, we are live for the Xfinity 500 here tonight, Martinsville Speedway. This is going to be a fun one because it is the opening race of the round of 8 in the playoffs. We might get to decide who will be the first driver to advance themselves into the championship for this Sunday, of course. And it's going to be a fun one. We got 500 laps. Let's jump right into qualifying right now. All starts with a good qualifying effort, of course. And so many wins on the season, such a great year up to this point with Ryan Blaney. We got the sweep in the round of 12, winning all 3 races, carrying a lot of momentum now into this round of 8. It's time to get going. Pretty good lap in qualifying. At the line, it's going to be a 19.765, 6th fastest in qualifying. One of the best cups. Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. NASCAR FedEx Cup Series, welcome. First day to 500. I'm going because it's the 2020 season. That's why I said Xfinity 500 at the opening, if you guys saw that. V8, welcome. Denny Hamlin's going to be on the pole. Of course, Hamlin, one of the 8 drivers that have advanced into this round of the playoffs as well. So this is going to be fun. Without further ado, let's get underway. First race of the round of 8 in the playoffs. This is going to be interesting. Will we see a playoff winner or a playoff driver get the win here today to advance themselves into the next round? Clint Boyer in the last round, and like I said, Denny Hamlin. Yep, V8, thanks, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, likely tomorrow, because I'm off work the next few days now, so I can get back to you on that tomorrow. But thanks for the update, and the green flag is in the air here at Martinsville Speedway. Problem was we had to start this race on the outside lane, and we might get freight trained around the bottom trying to get up to speed. Oh, contact with Truex getting into turn 1 there as we kind of pinched each other off in lap 1 already in the books. Denny Hamlin leads the opening lap. We're trying to dive in late there on Truex, and all we did was hit the curb, kind of jump up the track a little bit. A little loose off the exit of turn 4. Trying to keep the throttle mashed down. We are using the controller in this race tonight. Oh, on the curbing and loose into the inside wall already. Issues in the opening laps. Caution is going to fly. We got onto the curb there into turns 3 and 4. Luckily not heavy damage, but that was a very, very bad thing to have happen there. My goodness. Only on lap 3. We already have our first caution of the race. Damage to repair, and now back to the rear of the field. So much for the 6th place qualifying effort. Jose Sanchez, Juan Luca, welcome. V8, all I said was that I would get back to you again sometime tomorrow, likely in the morning, on regarding my schedule for Saturday. Oh, sending it into the first turn, trying to back it down. Look at the outside takeoff as everybody just got jam-packed. Bumper to bumper, everybody really had to slow down. Boyer just ran into the back of David Reagan now. A lot of ground to make up through this field. Got to be careful. That curb already shifted us sideways once, so we got to make sure we don't hit that again. Yep, no problem. Oh, and now Boyer just drills us from behind, trying a little bump and run maneuver. And now Boyer gets loose off the exit of the corner. He couldn't drive it. Oh man, this car is definitely acting pretty wonky in the very beginning of this race. It's like a mixture of loose and tight. Really, really difficult to drive right now. Already 7 people watching in the opening laps. We've already had strike 1 in this race for ourselves as we had hit the curb in turns 3 and 4 on only the 3rd lap of the race, sent us sideways, and we clipped the inside wall there with the front bumper. Had quite a bit of damage, 7 seconds worth, and we had to hit pit road after that first caution of the race. Now we're just kind of stuck back in traffic trying to find a way around all of it. Oh, 3 wide. At least we got around Corey LaJoy. Denny Hamlin really pulling away. You can see on the track map all by himself down there. Back to the inside of 34 there, Michael McDowell. We fell back so far after that incident. Of course, again, restarted at the rear of the field. Clint Boyer had to start this race at the rear of the field, but that was because of a completely different issue that he had. We do have quite a few playoff points though coming into this round of 8. That's definitely going to help us out quite a bit if we have to refer to points. We did finish 37th the last time we were at Martinsville this season, and Matt DiBenedetto got the win. Of course, DiBenedetto was knocked out of the round of 12 in the playoffs, so he is no longer a championship contender. But he is still going to go for the sweep at Martinsville here today. Already about 15 seconds off the race leader, Denny Hamlin, 20 laps in. Hamlin, a pretty good short track racer himself. He has won here at Martinsville a couple times in his career. And a win here today would go a long way, as it would solidify himself on Sunday in Miami. Again, as usual, sorry for the stream lag. That would be on YouTube. In YouTube's servers. Actually tried to get on here a few minutes earlier than what I actually did, but it didn't allow me because the servers were disconnected still, so I was able to reconnect the second time through, luckily. Caught right back up to Boyer again. Now we're going to actually look to his inside into turn 3. He's taking a little too much time himself to get around Ryan Preece. So we'll get right on around Boyer. Oh, really loose. Off the exit of 4, Boyer still to the outside of us again. So we drive it in deep now on Ryan Priest, trying to get him as well in turns 1 and 2. And we're side by side for the 7th position on the racetrack. Sorry, the 21st position. I don't even know why I said 7th. It goes to show how tired I am. 3 days of 12.5-hour shifts, coming home streaming and going on 5 to 6 hours of sleep every night before the next day of work. But luckily, we'll have more streams coming for you in the next 4 days, and I'll get a lot more of my rest back. So sorry if I end up slurring here and there, just because of that reason. Try to stay as focused as I can. Of course, need to here at Martinsville. With contact with Daniel Hemrick off the exit of turn 2. And Hemrick gets a little loose, locking the tires down into 3 and 4, trying to keep us pinned to the inside. So we got really, really loose again off of turn 4. Even Hamlin's putting quite a few guys a lap down despite having that early caution. And now we're going to clear Hemrick for 20th. Boyer going to try to follow and also get the position. It's past Almirola, now Ty Dillon. We're past 3 cars in a little less than 3 laps now. All for position, and BJ McLeod's the first lap car we're going to catch in this one. Caution is out now for the 2nd time today. It looks like Daniel Suarez went for a spin. Might have had contact from the 24 of Byron as well. So caution is out for the 2nd time in the early going. That'll bunch the field back up again. But, yeah, somebody went for a spin, that is for sure. Hamlin's led every lap to this point in the race. So here we go. Denny Hamlin will lead the field to the green flag, and here we go. We kind of spun the tires on the restart. At least we've got the bottom lane. Got to be careful. 3 wide again right in front of us, and that time the outside lane had stacked up a little bit. Where on the last restart it was both lanes. Oh, a little bump from behind now from Austin Dillon. Look at our rear bumper, how worn out it is already, just between Dillon and Boyer hitting it. It's 2 hits, that's all it takes. Got a little bit of damage back there. It's going to make the car even looser off the exit of these corners. Even though this isn't necessarily a high-speed racetrack. Up to 12. Now looking to the outside of Bubba Wallace. Wallace had a really good restart. Was right in front of us. He took off. Joey Logano, Ryan Newman now side by side for position just ahead. Logano still trying to clear Newman as we're going to try to clear Newman as well. And now Logano's going to get under the 21 of Menard. We can't quite follow him that far, but we do pass Newman and clear him off of turn 2. And that'll put us back into the top 10 for the first time since the opening laps of the race. And we'll clear Menard in the next corner for 9th. I think that caution helped us as far as trying to catch Hamlin a little bit sooner. Obviously, we were about 15 seconds back in the lead, roughly when that second caution had come out. Down to the inside, 3 wide off the curb and into the side of our teammate Logano. We got 2 passes in 1 corner there, but that was accidental contact as we bounced off the curb and the car just shot straight up the track right into the side of Logano. And now Joey's going to try to cross us back through 3 and 4. He's going to get to the inside. Still going to fight him hard though. Hopefully without contact this time. It's going to give us a slightly better drive off, but getting into the corners might be a little harder. Down to the outside of Truex. We're going to clear Logano off of turn 2, now to the inside of the 19. Into turn 3, Joey might follow us there as well. As we clear Truex, Logano could not follow. Now going for 5th on Chase Elliott. So despite starting first time today off of turn 2, and the top 5 are all playoff drivers off the curb again, but luckily, despite the car getting a little sideways that time, we were able to make the save. But we lost 2 spots to Elliott and Truex right back again. Second time, too, that it was in turn 3 in which we did that. So try to get right back around the 19 again. Got to be careful. We've already got 1 strike on us. Last thing we need is strike 2 in the first 100 laps of this race. A lot of heavy lap traffic for the leaders up ahead. Remember, first caution came out right before we got to BJ McLeod. McLeod was going to be our first lap car. Of course, we've had 2 early cautions in this one. We're finally going to catch lap traffic ourselves for the first time today at the end of lap 47. So it's quite a long ways at Martinsville to go that long without having to deal with lap traffic. But now we are in the middle of it. Try to get around these back marker cars. Oh, Kyle Busch almost made it 3 wide per second off of turn 2. Couldn't quite get under the 2 of Keselowski though. But he is underneath the 4 of Harvick now through 3 and 4 for third rather. And now we're going to take it down to the inside, 3 wide, sending it now on the bottom of the track. Right up the middle between the 42 and the 2. And now Harvick's in the mix and we're 3 wide per second. Nowhere to go right now in this heavy lap traffic. Keselowski locking the brakes down in front of us. We're going to clear Larson off of turn 2, down to the bottom again. Oh, Joey Gase just about closed the gap on us as we try to split Joey Gase, me and Keselowski. And out of the inside, 3 wide for the lead with the lap car of Hamlin. Taking it into turn 1. The 40 of McMurray got really, really slow. Quite wobbly. We're about to lead our first lap of the race at the line this time as we cleared Hamlin off of turn 2. Lap 52 here in Martinsville. We're out in the lead for the first time today. 79 laps to go in stage 1. Holden Mason, welcome. Oh, a little bounce off the wall. Off of turn 2, didn't hurt the car too much. Ravish, welcome. Yep, PG Brad was spotted. Logano's the only driver in the top 5 that is not a current playoff driver. So used to Logano seeing him make it into the deep rounds of the playoffs. He's seen him in the championship 4 a few times already in his career, and as well even into the round of 8 at least, it seems like. But he was eliminated in the opening round in the round of 16 this year and was upset. Missed the cut line by 13 despite having solid races in the round of 12. He was already not going to compete for a title. We lock it down again, hard into the wall on the outside. Luckily we stay green. The problem is we've got heavy damage to the car. On the front radiator, the engine as well. Somehow we didn't get a caution. We hold on to the lead, but only about a second ahead of Hamlin. Oh man. But that could have been strike 2 on us if they didn't throw the caution. We have just been dealing with a very loose car here in this one. Oh, what a tough break though. We got to try to keep it out of the pits though. So we're not supposed to pit in this opening stage of the race. Logano now up to second. Passing Denny Hamlin back there. There's still about 3 seconds off the lead. They're still caught behind that big group of lap cars, or at least in the middle of it. We've got a decent amount of open and clean air in front of us. This car's all over the place with how heavy the damage is. Got to take care of it. We wrecked 3 times in this race. That would not be a great way to start the round of 8 tonight. Our next full race live stream will be the next race on this very Cup Series season. We'll go to Texas for the second race of the round of 8, and that'll be tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at least we're not having a real overheating issue right now. And we're not in heavy traffic either though, so that could be helping the airflow a little bit. I know what's definitely helping the airflow is the fact that this is a very, very short racetrack. The shortest on the Cup Series circuit at just over, I mean it is a half-mile length, but it's a .526 mile racetrack, but definitely the shortest that the Cup Series goes to, and therefore not a lot of straightaway. Very difficult to get up over 130 miles an hour here. So good thing we're not on any bigger of a racetrack. That could be hurting us with the damage that we've got. We're still holding our own. Believe it or not, 68 to go in stage 1. Obviously after DNFing at Martinsville earlier this season and finishing 37th, we know that this could be one of our worst racetracks. It was definitely the worst finish we've had this year, one of only 2 DNFs. Oh man, off the curb again in 3 and 4. We've had problems with that a couple times today too. That's how we spun the very first time on lap 3, and that one brought out a yellow. So the field had to stack up in the corner a little bit. At least this time we were kind of in our own. We just completely lost control again by ourselves. Very unlike me to have an issue like that. Eric Jones, currently the worst running playoff driver, in 20th right now. Short tracks, really in any of the 3 major series, Bristol's by far my favorite. I think Martinsville, I'd prefer Martinsville over Richmond. But realistically, I mean, just short track racing in general, I like. It's different. But yeah, you definitely... It's a lot harder to pass drivers around Martinsville with how tight it really is. Basically a single groove track. You can see guys try to work the outside and kind of diamond the corner off is usually like the fastest way to get around this place, but so we were out to about a 5-second lead, and then Logano started closing back in on us again. We don't have nearly as fast of a car as they do now. Our right front tire is easily going to make it to the end of this fuel run as well. Or sorry, to the end of the stage, at least. It's all the further we'll need it to go. Only 60 laps left, already 70 laps complete in the opening stage of the race. Trying to manage that gap we've got on Joey for the most part here. The stage points mean a lot more to us, obviously, racing for a championship compared to Logano. So just in case we don't win this race, we'll need to try and nab every point we can get before going into Texas tomorrow. Austin Dillon having a pretty solid run for himself for RCR in 11th, but he's going to go lap down now too, so only 10 drivers on the lead lap. But only a 5.5-second lead. Got Ricky Stenhouse just up ahead, and then we got kind of a big lap, or sorry, a big gap before the lap cars. Now Hamlin has caught Joey Logano once again, and Denny Hamlin will now move up to second, and Keselowski, it looks like he just moved past Chase Elliott for fourth as well, a little further back. All three Penske cars running first, third, and fourth on the track right now. Of course, one of our teammates, again, Logano, was eliminated in the first round, but Brad Keselowski, our other teammates, still in it, so hopefully we can get both of us into the championship four, if at all possible. Brad's had some pretty good races in the playoffs as well on this season. Now Keselowski, although he's still in fourth, Kyle Busch has now moved into the top five as he's just passed Chase Elliott. Of course, Kyle Busch barely scraped by to get into the last round, or from last round to get into this round, as well as Alex Bowman. Bowman was the last driver to get in on points. Kyle Busch was the second to last driver, but they were both pretty close and right around each other. right on the bubble at the end of the round of 12. Remember, that race was ran at Kansas on Sunday. We narrowly squeaked out a win there. Trying to get as many drivers a lap down as possible, because especially knowing that we are probably going to have a slow pit stop at the end of the stage break, trying to repair all this damage we've got on the front and back of the race car. Really even the sides for that matter too. I mean, this car is just beaten up all the way around. It looks like a Martinsville car right now. We're not even quite to the 100 lap mark in this one. I gotta say, there's nothing like, after a very long week of work, of 3 straight 12.5-hour shifts, and then just trying to commit to running a 500 lap race at Martinsville. This is going to be a rough and tough one to get through tonight, but we're going to do our best. So we got some lead lap cars that are inside the top 5. Now Harvick, Kyle Busch. I think I see Chase Elliott in there as well. Really, I think all the leaders are right here. We pulled away so quickly, and these guys do not get around the lap traffic nearly as well as we do. So we now go to the inside of the 20. Eric Jones, looks like Kyle Busch might have gotten into the back of Kevin Harvick. Looking at the top, got a little loose off of turn 2 again. Harvick looked like he was going to try to squeak up to the outside of DiBenedetto. Benedetto currently in 20th, by no means not out of it, but not looking nearly as good as he did when he won this race the first time we came here this season. He tried to hold the line. It looks like Ty Dillon's got a little bit of damage on the front of his bumper. A little bump off the exit of Almirola. Man, look at these guys, still going 3 wide up ahead. That's going to involve each of the second, third, and fourth place drivers on the track, as Keselowski's right there. Again, down to the bottom, 3 wide with all of the Penske Racing drivers through turns 1 and 2 as we're up on the curb and now into the side of the 22. Trying to get a big turn there. Joey about pulls down in front of us. We're barely able to hold on to it off the curb again. Some tight racing action here at Martinsville. And now we have put a lap on the field in this opening stage, which I did not see coming, but again, we don't have that fast of a car with the damage. It's just we're getting through the lap traffic 10 times better than the rest of the field. Now we just got to get this car to survive all the way to the end. A little bit of a hop off the curb again. V8, at least for now, I'll have to pass you up on that offer, but there's a good chance I'll probably get involved with that even somewhere within the next couple days. Get a little bit more time on my hands. 7. It seems like Logano tries to run us back down again. He just can't quite stay on our back bumper because the lap car gets in the way, and again, they just don't get through the lap traffic nearly as well as we do. Yep, without a doubt, man. "32 laps left here in stage 1. We had a couple early cautions within the first 30 laps, but then we have gone almost the next, if we can get to the end of the stage here, we'll go another 100 laps in this race without a caution. It's good that we have this big of a lead, because again, we are going to have a very slow stop, but at least we can hopefully hold on to the lead. They're going to be battling for that free pass position to the end of the stage, though. Logano's got it right now. But obviously Hamlin and Keselowski are the guys we're really worried about, trying to get that free pass with them being in the playoffs, probably our biggest threats. That we just got to race our own race. Done a better job taking care of the car within the last 50 laps or so, but the first 50 laps was pretty rough. Looks like Kurt Busch has a little bit of rear bumper damage like us. The back of his car, you can tell he's been hit at least a couple times. I'm just glad we didn't have way too much damage to the point where we had to make that unscheduled stop, because if we would have went a couple laps down in this opening stage of the race, that would have been tough to come back from. Everybody will take 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel when they hit pit road here. Oh boy. I think there's a good chance we're going to tighten this car up when we go on the pit road so it's not as loose either. I know the damage is making it all over the place right now, but even before that, I think that's how, even though we hit the curb, we spun on lap 3, and obviously getting loose off the exit of a corner and spinning into the outside wall about 40-50 laps later wasn't good either, but we were lucky enough not to get a caution at least that time. Three wide with Stenhouse and Newman. A couple of the Roush Fenway Racing drivers will get on by him. 19 laps to go, stage 1. Over 100 laps into the race. And Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr. just in front of us. To the inside of Bowman now. Both these drivers will go 2 laps down here. Denny Hamlin, Logano now battling for second, trading it back and forward. Still 17 to go, and they are falling back again in the lap traffic. Are they in danger of going 2 laps down by the end of the stage? That's not impossible. If that happened, that'd be insane. I would not have expected that after the amount of damage we had taken up on us. I knew it was going to be tough to get them 1 lap down, but now we might get them 2 laps down. Which would keep anybody from getting back on the lead lap at the end of the stage if we can get to that point. So we're going to go as hard as we can here to the end of the stage and try to run them back down again. Just make our job that much easier. Again, still going to tighten the car up so that way it helps off the exit of the corners, because I think that'll help us take care of the car as long as possible. Be awesome if we can get another playoff point too. Yeah, and this is why we caught up to all these guys so quickly, is because, again, they just get caught in huge clumps of lap traffic all at once. As you're seeing right here, Kyle Busch trying to take it all the way to the outside, 3 wide. Oh, down into the back of Hamlin. I think it's alright to hit the curb. It's just a matter of when you accelerate. If you accelerate and those rear tires are still on it, there is absolutely 0 grip. Sometimes you can still stick the corner and ride on the curb, as you have seen us do a couple times already in this race. We've got the field 2 laps down. Chase Elliott's up to second though. Maybe he'll have a shot to get one of his laps back. Not impossible. We'll see if he'll have to use the bumper if he can get to us. We're going to get past Joey Gase pretty easily. Chase Elliott trying to look under him as well. Took him a little bit more time, but he's going to get under him nevertheless. And we've got about 5 more lap cars just in front again. A dominating opening stage of this race, all things considered. Kind of a weird start to this one, but gotta take what you can get. We definitely have a really fast car. I think I kind of noticed that when we were in qualifying. We did qualify 6th, despite losing all that track position on lap 3 anyway. But this car's got some speed in it, and now we got it in the back of Eric Jones. Now off the wall, 7 to go. Kyle Busch up to second. Somebody still will get the free pass at the end of the stage for finishing in second, but they will only get 1 lap back. 5 laps to go in stage 1. So the stages here in this race tonight are going to be split 130, 130, and 240. Be the 3 stage lengths. At least if we do DNF, we know that we could at least get a stage win here in this one and guarantee ourselves at least 10 stage points going forward, and we'll try to do it again and replicate it by winning stage 2 here coming up shortly. Kyle Busch is currently in second. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go in stage 1 now on lap 130 here at Martinsville tonight. Off of turn number 4, Ryan Blaney will win stage 1 at Martinsville, in a cakewalk effort. Playoff points don't mean anything at this point because obviously if we carry over into the next round, it's just going to be the winner of the 4 drivers, between the 4 drivers. Obviously still racing for stage points here for these next few races, or at least until we get a win, which could happen here tonight by the looks of the way things started. So we've got 12 seconds of damage to repair, 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Kyle Busch finished second in stage number 2, so he will get the free pass. What lap? We're currently on lap 130, about to be 131 right now under caution, or 132, sorry, under caution technically. Actually didn't make an adjustment there, just left the car the way it is, and the green flag is back in the air. 126 laps to go when we start the second stage. Chase Elliott gave us a little bump. Loosened us up, and Alex Bowman is still to the outside of us. Trying to outbrake him into turns 3 and 4 now. We're going to pull up off of 4 and clear Alex Bowman to take the clean air. Ryan Newman in the mix as well. Newman taking a peek, gonna beat us off the exit of the corner. And try to outbrake him on the outside, cannot do it. Newman gets on through, gets one of his laps back. Now Chase Elliott will also. A little loose off of turn 4, Truex is there, and now we're about to get freight trained around the top. These guys getting their laps back, hoping for a quick caution. One less lap that they would have to make up. Now we're gonna block Harvick off as we get loose into turn 3. Barely kept it off the wall. Oh, off the curb again, just like earlier. into the wall, trying to get it straightened out. Caution for the third time already today. Almost a carbon copy of what happened back on lap 3. Off the curb, sideways, and into the wall, and that is our second strike here in this one. That is not good at all. Kyle Busch will get the free pass now. He'll be back in the lead lap, and a lot of guys are going to take the wave around because we had to pit there to repair our damage. All that time that we had at the end of stage 1 is practically lost. We're still in the lead, but a lot of guys back on the lead lap now, as you can see. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. Good jump on the restart at least. Still 117 to go in stage 2. Not a good start to this race whatsoever on our behalf, and we've got to take care of this car the rest of the way now. You guys know the drill. 3 strikes and we're out. Ryan Newman quickly going to get up to second. Very few cars actually hit pit road that they had to line up against, and after that lead was gone, Ryan Newman now trying to challenge for the lead for the first time today in the early going of stage 2. Boy, have things changed for the worse on our behalf. And we've got to be as smooth as could be the rest of this race. Newman tried to do the same move off of turn 2, looking to the inside, just couldn't get the run off the exit of the corner to get there. But Newman is there. He's obviously trying. Truex in 3rd, Austin Dillon, he's in the top 5 and 5th right now. Alex Bowman, another playoff driver, in 4th. All these guys looking for valuable points. Slightly gapping Newman now. Truex has been trying to look on Truex. Truex has been trying to look on Newman for second for quite some time. Hasn't been able to get around him yet. Newman closing the gap again. We missed turns 1 and 2 just a little bit, and here comes Newman. Trying to take advantage of it. We beat him back to the gas, and we beat him down into turn 3. So Ryan Newman didn't give us the bumper at least that time. Looking to be patient here in this second stage. Oh man, we got loose off of turn 4 there. We're able to keep the foot down and stay full throttle off the exit of the corner at least. Gotta be willing to sacrifice a little bit of time though to get out of the gas to keep the car straight. Oh man, there we go again, another loose moment, and now Newman going to try the outside instead of the inside into 3. Not going to get him. That might cost him second because here comes Martin Truex Jr. now for second right behind us as they're side by side. We'll try to pull away and gap them at least a couple car lengths, but Truex going to get on by quick. I'm sure Truex has a faster car than Newman as well. Bowman still in fourth. He couldn't quite follow Truex to the inside and try to freight train Newman a little further back through the field. Now when we DNF'd in this race earlier this year with our 3-strike rule, we did get over 350 laps in. We had just less than 140 laps left if I remember right. We are not even 100, well we're a little over 140 laps in, but point is we're not even 200 laps into this race. We got a long ways to go to try and keep this car as clean as we can. And that's not counting getting caught up in anybody else's accident, which obviously with a short track racing here today that could happen. So again, we've got to be very careful. So remember, the only reason I have the 3-strike rule, we very rarely use it. Like I said, only ever used it twice on the channel, and it was both within this season here on the Cup Series. Obviously, it's only going to work on seasons in which we have cautions, but if we are the faulty of 3 cautions, as far as us actually wrecking ourselves and not being able to make a save without hitting anything, those are going to count as strikes, 3 strikes and I'm out. And I will just have to park it and take whatever points are remaining. So obviously right now only 1 driver out of the race. So if we were to DNF right now, we would actually finish 39th. Only get 1 point for the finish. We did score 10 stage points again with that stage win a little bit ago. So that's going to help us a little bit. Looking to the outside now on Stenhouse. And Matt Tip for that matter. Truex closes the gap a little bit. Now Truex is going to go to the outside as well. He is there. We're going to zigzag down to the inside now on Tift. Off the curb a little bit. We're going to get on by him cleanly still. Tift's got a little damage to the front of his car. Might be plowing in the center of the corners off. We will alternate through the cameras for the first time here tonight. Got to be very, very careful, but as promised, here we are. Can't be too worried about it this entire race, it will go crazy, so we definitely just got to do what we can here. If it goes wrong, that's the reason why we got a lot of playoff points coming into this round. You don't want to use them all up in one race, but worse things could happen. Obviously, we can try to go out and get a win within the next 2 races as well to get ourselves into the championship 4 without even having to point our way in. Of course, the next 2 races are at Texas and then Phoenix to finish off this round of 8 before the championship at Homestead Miami Speedway. Again, that'll be on Sunday. Our next race is tomorrow at Texas, and then the Phoenix race will be on Saturday. A little bump to the back of Michael McDowell. Caution, back behind us. Not sure exactly who it was or where it exactly happened, but it was behind us, and that is going to be our 4th caution of the race. We've got some cars hitting pit road this time. Logano, Keselowski a little further back, Clint Boyer, Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick will get the free pass in 13th. We're going to stay out of the pits. We're going to keep the track position for right now. Closing in on lap 200 in this one. Of course, just over the just over 1 hour mark here today. And the green flag is in the air. 89 laps to go in stage 2. Again, guys on fresher tires towards the rear of the field. And look at Martin Truex Jr. trying to battle on the outside. We tried to side draft him just to stay to his inside into turn 3. Martin Truex Jr. trying to make the pass around the outside. Look at how hard we're battling with one another as we barely lead the lap at the line. Still side by side into turn 1, but Truex having a fantastic restart on the outside. And now finally gives it up as we take the lead back again. Newman going to get to the inside of Truex now for second. So we'll see if Martin can be able to hold on. No, he can't. And Newman is back up to second again. And now Chase Elliott going to try to follow in line as well. How long will it be before all those guys that pit and are on fresher tires from 9th on back, or 10th on back rather, on the restart? And Logano's already up to 5th, so that's not good for us. And now Logano's up to 4th. He's the first driver on 4 fresh Goodyears. Now he's looking on Chase Elliott for 3rd already. In practically no time, Joey Logano's working his way through the field. I thought this was the best option for us to keep the track position. Truex battled us a little bit, but now Logano already back up to 2nd. We're going to have a battle here in about a lap or 2. Maybe even less. Off the curb through 1 and 2. Shot us up the track. Logano now about a half second back. Penske running 1-2 on the racetrack. Now 1-2-3. Keselowski, who also pit, is up to 3rd. And Joey Logano to the inside. He is there. Logano to the lead off of turn 2. Keselowski, again, he is just behind us looking to gain the spot, and he bounces off the curb big time. And that's going to cost him any sort of shot to get us there. Wow, only took 5 laps for Logano to get to the lead. Unbelievable. So we just try to hold Brad off as long as we can. Loose off of turn number 2. Had to back it way down. And we're just going to give Keselowski the spot after that. And that'll drop us back to 3rd. Again, we are just trying to survive throughout the rest of this race. It means losing a spot or 2, having to back it down to keep from wrecking. We are willing to do it. Got to think big picture here. Obviously in the playoffs and deep into the playoffs at that. Want to keep this season run alive through these next 3. So at some point the tires will start to even out. It'll probably be a little bit because these guys have about 20 lap fresher tires. Ryan Newman, Chase Elliott, 4th and 5th on the track. But again, Penske 1-2-3 right now. Logano, of course, has won here at Martinsville. Got the grandfather clock in this very playoff race 2 seasons ago in 2018. He won the battle. He won the war that season, winning the championship, as well as obviously that photo finish on a 3-wide finish with Logano, Hamlin, and Truex. But mainly it was a Truex and Logano battle. But Denny Hamlin almost stuck by both of them and won that race. Looking to the inside of Stenhouse. And barely going to clear him off of turn 4. And even through the lap traffic, they're getting through a lot better than what they did back in stage 2 as we got hooked on the 51 off of turn 2. Somehow kept it off the wall. Kevin Harvick is out of this race. I didn't even realize that. I think he was the one that brought out that 4th caution last time through. That is big playoff implications because Harvick was in the top 5 in the early going of the race. It was consistently in the top 10 all race. So Harvick having that issue, that is big problems. Of course, he's one of the playoff drivers as well. He's taken a huge hit in this one. So he is the second of 2 drivers to DNF now. Still not entirely sure who the first driver is. Oh yeah, that's right. Daniel Suarez. Almost forgot. Suarez brought out that 2nd caution back in stage 1. A little less than 30 laps into the race. Where Suarez was eliminated in the round of 16, so he is no longer in the playoffs. But that Harvick issue is definitely going to help some guys that started this round below the cut line. Guys like Alex Bowman. Now it is the first race of the round, so Harvick will have 2 races to make it up, and he has won at Texas multiple times, especially in recent years, as well as Phoenix. He has won more times at Phoenix than any other driver in NASCAR history. So 2 very good tracks that Harvick could possibly win at and advance himself into Miami. But as far as points are looking, not good here after this first race. He did get stage points in stage 1, but reckon out finishing 39th, only getting 1 point for your finish. That is not good at all, and that's why we're going to try to survive and advance as best as we can. We are closing the gap on Logano and Keselowski throughout the course of this stage. Still 66 to go. Just ran our fastest lap of the race that last time, 19.831. The fastest lap ever here at Martinsville is a 19.625. Ooh. Tight there. Tried to keep it off of Corey LaJoie's back bumper. We just shoved straight up the track off of turn 2. And look at Keselowski going for the lead, 3 wide, and making the pass, clearing Logano off of turn 4. Keselowski's just led his first lap of the race here tonight. In stage 2, he's looking for every point he can get here in this one. Get around Daniel Hemrick there. Remember, he got the free pass. He's back a lap down again as now we get to the inside of Logano. Kind of forcing him in the middle there as he was in between Austin, Eric Jones, and now Hemrick able to get on by as well. Again because of that. So Logano getting held up big time in the lap traffic. That'll move this 12 car Blaney up to second. Right behind another Penske teammate of Keselowski as the 2 Penske playoff drivers go at it for the lead. Of course, Brad on about 20 lap pressure tires, and up the middle we go. Keselowski led the lap at the line. Big dive to the bottom now on Jimmy Johnson, and off of turn 2, Ryan Blaney back out in front again at Martinsville, but how long can he hold on for? It'll be an official lead change at the start-finish line. We're still ahead of Keselowski. Now looking to the outside of the 3 of Dylan. Oh, not going to get there. A little contact with the back of the 3 off the exit of the corner. Now Keselowski going to get right back to the inside again. Side by side for the lead. Blaney leads the lap at the line again, but now up through the middle. A little loose, trying to lock it down. And Brad's going to clear us off of turn 2 as we got a little loose again. Look at this heavy lap traffic up ahead. Just amazing. Right back up the middle again. Oh, Larson gave us a little bump. But now we're going to still clear Keselowski off the exit of turn 2. There'll be an official lead change at the line. Ooh, Almirola got loose out there. You get cars jam-packed like this together, all it takes is one mistake for somebody up towards the front and we'll just pile it in, getting into one of these corners. We've got to be careful of it as we squeeze up the middle again, but now Brad's still to the inside of us, couldn't get away from him. This battle for the lead just continues. Seems like the inside keeps bottlenecking up a little bit more than the outside lane and the corners. So you see us move up to try and get around these lap cars. Getting it done so far, so good. Back to the bottom again. So we're clear of all that heavy lap traffic now. We still only got about a 2 to 2.5 second lead on both second and third place. Gano's still hanging in there with Keselowski. We'll see if Joey can get around him for second at any point in time. A lot more open air in front of us. We still got more lap traffic, not too far ahead though. Won't be long before we catch them. A lot more battling for the lead going on here through stage 2 compared to back in stage 1. We'll again have to see if we stay green here all the way to the finish. Got 50 laps to go. Had 2 cautions in this stage just like we did back in stage 1. Just like in stage 1, one of them was on us. It was the first of the 2 in each stage that we were involved in. All by ourselves pretty much both times too. Carl Max, welcome to the stream here tonight. Martinsville Speedway. Oh man, into the inside wall now. Really, oh man, that's going to bring out a caution. That's not what we needed. Kyle Busch, Hamlin going to get back in there. We barely hit the wall. I'm surprised the caution came out. Plus something else happened a little further back. Maybe the field had to stack up because of that behind us. So again, we're going to stay out of the pits. We're going to keep the track position. Yeah, so far the night's going pretty good. A little tiresome, but we're working our way through this one. Going to restart in the lead. Looks like the top 4 drivers stayed out, and only 2 drivers had pit that time through. 44 laps to go in stage 2. Here we go. What a restart by Hamlin, one of the guys on fresh tires from 5th all the way up, looking for 2nd on Keselowski, and he's got it going into turn 3. That didn't take long at all for him, because now we got to try and block off for as long as we can. 43 to go in stage 2. Kyle Busch, who's also on fresh tires, is right there as we slip up the track. Hamlin going to clear us off of turn 2, back to the inside now, going into 3. Oh, we touch. A little contact off of turn number 3. Here we go again, still trying to stay on the inside of him. Rubbins racing here at Martinsville as we battle for the stage 2 victory. Really just trying to stay under him. We are right now. We're doing a fantastic job on older tires trying to hold on. Oh, more contact. Oh man, look at how loose we are, able to get it to hang in there. Unbelievable battle going on right now for the lead. Hamlin hanging on at the line. We drive it in deep into turn 1. We are still there. And now Kyle Busch is in the mix. And Busch is going to get to our inside. We have held Hamlin up so much that Kyle Busch was able to catch up. Now look at this. Kyle Busch is up to second, right behind Hamlin as we are driving it loose off the exit of the corner again, at least trying to make it to the end of the stage. We are so close to getting some stage points. Hamlin, Kyle Busch pulling away slightly. We held on as long as we could. Hopefully, lap traffic's going to slow these 2 leaders down in front of us up enough to where we could catch them, but no guarantees. But luckily, they were the only 2 drivers to hit pit road during that last caution. Yeah, Hamlin, Kyle Busch getting caught up here as we look to win stage 2, just like we did stage 1 earlier, side by side for the lead. 3 wide to the bottom now. Taking the advantage while we can in the lap traffic. Buddy, as far as the lead lap cars are considered, off of turn 2, what a move to take the lead back again here at Martinsville. 3 wide for the lead in the middle of the run. You don't see that too often in the lap traffic. 33 to go now to try and win the stage. Oh man. Yeah, I know we've got to take it easy. One more wreck and we're out of the race because of our 3-strike rule, but so right now we're trying to hold on, and here comes Kyle Busch back again. Didn't take long again, of course, because Kyle is on a lot fresher tires than what we are, roughly 80 lap fresher tires. $30 to go. Here comes Kyle, peeking to the inside. Can't quite get there off of turn 2. We're going to get to the inside of Matt Tifft. Scared he's going to put the bumper to us one of these times. Denny Hamlin's closed the gap as well. Kyle's not been able to get the job done since he has caught us. We're doing a great job hitting our marks though, not letting him get around us. Beat him back to the gas off of turn 2 also. .26 to go. Kyle Busch still there. Hamlin just behind him. Slipping up the track off of turn 2. Busch to the inside now for the lead going into 3. And now Kyle Busch will take the lead at the line. And Hamlin's going to take us over for second. Oh man, yeah, that would have been a scary moment. You went to that Daytona 500 earlier this year. For sure, I was scared and I was just on my couch. I didn't know what to think about, man. I was on my phone basically the rest of the night. I couldn't go to bed before work the next day until I got at least some sort of news that he was alright. Once I did, I went to bed. But yeah, that was definitely a scary situation. Yeah, this lap traffic's not helping us out, that's for sure. 3 wide on the top of Eric Jones and BJ McLeod. Gonna get around him. We had to go the long way to do it. And Denny Hamlin's having a good battle with his teammate Kyle Busch. Again, 2 playoff drivers battling for a stage win at Martinsville. And we're going to try to catch him, but we're going to need lap traffic to really get in the way if we're going to want any sort of shot at it. Not impossible, still 21 to go. That's how we took the lead in the first place. Caution. Well, that changes things as well. Matt DiBenedetto is going to bring out the yellow. And it's our 6th caution of the race. We're going to hit pit road this time for 4 fresh tires. We'll repair damage. So now we'll have fresher tires than Newman, Hamlin, and Kyle Busch. But it looks like Boyer, Keselowski, and Logano, as well as us, of course, are going to hit pit road. Martin Truex Jr. will get the free pass. And we did lose 3 spots on pit road because of the damage we had to repair. Got beat around pretty good again, but nevertheless, here we go. Green flag back in the air as we spin the tires on the restart. So now that we're on fresh tires, we got a shot to possibly win this stage. We'll see. Keselowski already going to the inside of Boyer. Remember, it's going to be Boyer, Logano, Keselowski, and Blaney here that have the fresh tires to the end of the stage now by about 20 laps on Hamlin and Kyle Busch, and Newman on a lot older tires than them. He has not pit under any of the cautions during the stage break, and look at us go. Just kind of following Keselowski. Looking to his inside, slightly off the curb though. That's going to mess us up a little bit. Still looking to the inside of the 2. The 6 of Newman just up ahead. Side by side with Keselowski. Newman holding his own as now we try to split 3 wide on Ryan Newman. Oh, we just can't quite stay there. We're still looking at it. 14 laps to go in the stage, and we're going to clear both Newman and Keselowski. And oh, look at Logano, 3 wide back there for 3rd. A lot race here to the end of stage 2 here than what you saw back in stage 1. Logano still side by side with the 2. How were they able to split him that perfectly? Off the curb we go, and now Logano peeking to the inside for 2nd. We keep racing like this, Kyle Busch is going to get away and win the stage. Even on older tires, that's what he's hoping for. And now Keselowski's going to get on by us as well. Crossover on Keselowski into turn 1. Another bounce off the curb. He's going to hold on to the spot. A very fun battle to the end of the stage. And now Kyle Busch going to try to hold strong on Logano. Of course, Keselowski, Blaney right behind as well. And Hamlin less than a second behind us. But again, he's on older tires too. And now Logano will get to the inside of Kyle Busch. Joey Logano to the lead off of turn 2. Keselowski trying to follow. Brad gets to the inside of Kyle Busch now. We got a really good drive off of turn 4. We're going to get to the inside of Busch now into turn 1. Penske right back up to 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. We don't have the short run car. That might hurt us to the end of the stage despite being on equal tires as Keselowski and Logano. We should catch lap traffic before the end of the stage here in a couple laps. So yeah, this is going to be a tight one. Got 9 laps to go. Stage 2, not a lot of time at Martinsville, only a half-mile track. Get about 3 laps in a minute or so, so we're just less than 3 minutes away from the finish of this stage. Logano literally just a couple car lengths ahead of Keselowski as we kind of slip back a little bit. Logano and Keselowski doing a great job of the lap traffic right now, but they got very heavy lap traffic coming up in a couple laps. And that might be our chance to try and run them back down again. Just 5 laps to go in stage 2. Keselowski looked at the inside of Logano for a short second there, but then BJ McLeod got in his way. And Ryan Truex just in front of us. Keith Stenhouse will try to go to the outside to get around both of them. Oh, Stenhouse holding us up now. Now Logano's got nowhere to go. He's got side by side with Parker Kligerman and Jamie McMurray just ahead of him. Keselowski catches right back up to his back bumper, and now they're side by side for the lead off of turn 4. 3 to go at the line. 3 to go to win the stage. Now to the inside, and now into the back of the 22. Little contact with our teammate. They kind of bottlenecked into turns 1 and 2 there, and we couldn't get the car slowed up in time. Got into the back of Logano. Back to second again now. 2 to go. Now to the inside of Joey. Going into turn number 1. We might actually have a shot to win the stage after all. To the lead off of turn 2. Will Logano use the bumper? White flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go in stage 2 as we try to sweep the stages at Martinsville. Oh, Cody Ware still blocking us for the moment. We're going to get to the inside of him at least. And now Brendan Gaughan is there. Logano is right behind us. He can't get close enough to use the bumper. And Ryan Blaney, not by much, but Ryan Blaney wins stage 2 at Martinsville with his 2 Penske teammates, Logano, Keselowski finishing 2nd and 3rd, directly behind us. I gotta say, stage 2 was a lot of fun. We had 5 cautions now total in the race, 2 in stage 1. Stage 2, we had 3. We'll pit again. We'll take 2 right side tires this time. We'll repair any damage we've got on the car. You know what? We'll just repair that little bit of damage. I think we're okay. We just track position to make sure we're still in the lead. Here we go, green flag in the air. Third and final stage is underway. 236 laps to go to decide the winner of this one. Logano taking the advantage on the outside, and Joey Logano to the lead for now. Big dive to the bottom, trying to get back alongside of him. We had a good run off the exit of 4. We're staying right there. Driving it in deep. What a battle as we try to clear him. Contact now, and there goes Keselowski on the bottom. Now a deep dive on Brand. More contact, and we're about to cost all of the Penske drivers a shot at the lead, and Denny Hamlin is out in front. Unbelievable restart here at Martinsville. We're able to hold on to third at least. Ooh, into the wall off of turn 2. Or sorry, turn 4 rather. Trying to hold off Logano and Bowman as best as we can right now. But Hamlin and Keselowski have definitely checked out from us for the time being. Oh boy. Logano peeking back to the outside, trying to get around us the hard way. We beat him back to the gas off of turn 2. We're able to hold on in front of him as him and Bowman now side by side still behind us for 4th. I've got an Android. V8. Oh, man, we got a little loose, and we're going to lose a spot to Logano. Bowman is now for position, and Austin Dillon gives us the bumper, which got us into the back of our teammate of Logano again. Austin Dillon gives us a big shot there. Dillon trying to catch up to Bowman, just so he could try to get in the free pass position. V8, can you be a mod? Are you talking about for this? Or I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Gonna try to get back around Busch right here into turn 3. The only reason he really got under us was because Austin Dillon had given us a shove a couple laps prior. I think we could have at least stayed in front of Kyle Busch, but it is costing us a little bit of time. Look at how far Hamlin's pulled away now. He's about 6.5 to 7 seconds ahead. We're just not able to hold on. This... Ooh, boy. Finally got back around Austin Dillon. Again, not for position though. We're about to catch very heavy lap traffic up ahead. Oh man. Every now and then we're just fighting the car really loose off the exit of the corners, but for the most part, been able to really get the hang of it and still just drive it off. As you saw again right there off of turn 4. Adele, welcome to the stream. V8, no, man, that's all right. Ooh. Sliding right up through the middle on Cody Ware, Ryan Truex, and get around to both. So we got Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, not too far ahead. We'll tap to the back of Joey Gase off the exit of the corner. Oh, these back marker cars is the first of the lap cars we're hitting here in stage 3. When we get back to the start-finish line this time, we'll alternate through the cameras one final time here in this race here tonight. Oh, big bounce off the curb. Trying to stay off the 62 as much as we can. We did a good job of doing it. Just, oh man, we got snappy off of turn 2 again. A lot worse that time. Couldn't even hang with Stenhouse, that's how much we had to get out of the gas. He's back in 31st. Currently just over 200 laps left in this race. We are past halfway. Oh, whoa, no, might not be able to catch it that time. We gotta hurry up and get out of it. Caution. Well, folks, you've just seen history again tonight. For the second time at Martinsville this season, we have DNF'd. My goodness. Oh, that is a tough break here in this one, running top 5. We won the first 2 stages of the race. Got extremely loose off of turn 4. And with 212 to go now, that is our 3rd strike of the race. All right, so we gotta end the stream here in a little bit. We're gonna get to the back stretch, get out of the way here. I'm gonna park it and bring out another caution. Okay, so it looks like we've got 3 cars that have DNF'd. I don't know why the caution hasn't come out yet. That's okay. I'll figure this out on my own. Okay, so yeah, that yeah, again, the rule is 3 strikes and I'm out. This is the 3rd race that this has happened. It has just been a very long time on the channel since this has happened. if I wreck 3 times in a race, it's like my version of DNFing because there are no DNFs in the game. It makes it so that way I have to race clean as much as I possibly can. Although that might be a dumb rule for you guys watching, I'm sorry, but that's just what I do to try and keep it from being a wreck fest and keep me on my toes the whole time. That sucks though. We made it so far into the race. Almost 300 laps in, just past halfway. Now the good news is we did win the first 2 stages. Yep, exactly 3 strikes and I'm out. Man, that stinks. Well, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to end the stream tonight. I'm going to have to finish back in the 36th position, so I'll get 1 point for my finish. Luckily, we won the first 2 stages of the race. And we'll have to find out the winner here. We're too far to the end of the race, so I'm not just going to stream myself just literally stalling out the rest of the race. So yeah, we're gonna have to unfortunately wrap this one up. Next full race live stream is going to be at Texas tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can I stream online? I really don't want to do that only because of how bad the Wi-Fi, well, not server connection is. I mean, it's really glitchy at my house. That's why you guys see me having problems with YouTube during the course of the streams as well. But yeah, Juan Luca, we just DNF with our 3-strike rule. Just about 300 laps in. But yeah, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Sorry, no online stream. Again, I don't really do that too much on the channel, if at all. This sucks, man. This sucks just as much for you guys as it is for me, because that's going to hurt us in the points. I mean, we have a lot of playoff points, but we're going to be in a similar situation as Harvick. We might have to win one of these next 2 races to get into the championship. We're not going to score a lot of points here, and a lot of those playoff drivers were running in the top 10 all day, getting stage points also. So yeah, again, sorry. Hey, okay, no, sorry, that's just how it goes. Again, this has been a long time. The last time we DNF was at the first Bristol race this year. It's our 3rd DNF of the season. And 2nd at Martinsville. We didn't get through either Martinsville races. That's unbelievable. This one was a 1 spot better finish than the last time. Finished 36th here, 37th earlier this year. But yeah, that's going to be it. We do have a double header tomorrow. 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I can make it up to you guys then. That'll be the next race for this Cup Series. We'll go to Texas, and we'll try to go out with a bang. So you guys will get a good look at the point standings going into that race, by the way, once I end up wrapping things up here off the stream. So hope to see you guys then. We got another race at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow as well. It'll be the next race on the toughest season in NASCAR video game history. Thanks for watching as always. Hit the like button if you did enjoy the race up to that point. It was getting pretty good for the most part too. And if you enjoyed the commentary over the course of this race tonight, hit the like button as well. Hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content, such as full race live streams of the realistic live broadcasts, such as you saw here tonight. And hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching as always, and have a good night.